Our primary job at Catholic Charities is to be an authentic Catholic voice on human dignity while we serve the poor and vulnerable. Being an authentic voice sometimes means saying things that might be hard to say and hard to hear. When it comes to the topic of racism, I need to speak from the heart as a human being, speak as a Catholic, and speak as the CEO of Catholic Charities. Watching what has unfolded and listening to the voices of the marginalized since the death of George Floyd has changed me in a way that is likely long overdue. It has made me realize some important things about my own life that maybe I always knew, but never truly embraced with enough blunt truth. I am a racist. That's the hard truth. I am a racist. How could I not be? As a white person living in America, where every institution is geared to advantage people who look like me, it's seemingly impossible for me to be anything other than a racist. I know that I have routine bias, even if it is unconscious bias, as we all do. But I also believe that my bias is dangerously different. My bias, the bias of white people, supports and feeds into powerfully racist systems in our country. As a Catholic who believes in reconciliation, I must own my part in that and treat it like any other sin. I must know it, name it, speak it, ask for forgiveness for it while trying to eliminate it from my life. For me, as a white person, saying I'm not a racist is like saying a fish is not wet. In America, racism is no longer a question, but rather it's the toxic water in which we all swim. We are all treading water in this shortcoming, whether we want to know it or not. My Catholic Church and my Catholic Charities organization is racist. How could they not be? Our Catholic faith tradition was built on the premise that a baby born in a manger in the Middle East was a white baby. So how can we be surprised to know that we are a church that must still fight against racism even now? The Catholic Church in the United States has its own long, terrible history of owning slaves, staying silent about others who did the same, running Indian schools, and being part of the institutionalization of racism. We can't avoid that reality until we speak it and ask for forgiveness with a love that takes action to repair. Our own Catholic Charities organization that does so much good and fights for so much justice still has also been unknowingly part of the institutionalization of racism. Here at Catholic Charities, we have a staff, a leadership team, and a board that is mostly white, even though those we serve are often disproportionately people of color. We need to be better than that. We at Catholic Charities, even in our love for serving others, are still at the same time part of the problem.